Hey, we're live. Hello,
Hello.
everybody. We're here, and we're queer. No,
I
and
mean,
I mean,
You're not wrong.
yeah, but we're here for the Faes and Gays live show, and we do have our new host. I'm like,
Hi.
Eric, did you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So hi, I'm Eric from Break Even Books. That's my channel, and I like to read, as I'm sure a lot of us do.
you do?
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
It's awesome. So yes, we're here today. Hello, everybody. Yes, new host hype. Get excited. But yes, today we're going to be discussing. I know, Sandra, you have the book. I don't have it. Under
You
the
have it,
Whispering
Eric?
Door.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't have my copy either.
I was like, I listened to it on audiobook, so I don't have. I could show you a photo of it, but
I left it at home by accident when I traveled here yesterday. So sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. We don't need all we have. We just need at least one person. That's all that matters. Hi, hello, Leanne. How's it going? But yes, does anyone want to talk about what the book is about?
Eric can do that because he's new.
Wow, putting the pressure on. Okay, so how do we usually do this? Do we do like non-spoilery chat at the beginning and then spoilery later on, or
We usually we talk a bit what the book is about, and then we do like non-spoiler for like 10 minutes. Then we do spoilers.
Okay.
Which is usually at the point where Cecilia and I go insane.
Right.
we go insane and we start rewriting the whole book.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
in the end, we usually recommend a queer read we read recently that we enjoyed.
Okay. So, Under the Whispering Door, I actually just finished this a couple days ago, so it's fresh in my mind. It's about a guy named Wallace who is the biggest grump you'll ever meet. I personally feel like he is a Scrooge, but anyways, so he ends up passing away, and then he is kind of like coming to terms with the fact that he's dead. And so he is interacting with other characters that are trying to help him pass on to the afterlife. And yeah, it's kind of him like learning a lot about himself. And I don't want to say too much more yet, but we'll get into that. But that's like a very brief summary of what this book is about.
That was really like what's it called? Really well said.
Well said.
Yeah. We see that like
we're just like, what? I read the book, right? Like just like, who is the main character? Like, we always forget at least one big aspect of the book. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. I always forget character names as soon as I finish the book. The minute I'm done, I'm like, what was his name again? And then I have to go talk about it, and I can't remember any of the names.
Fair. Awesome. So how did everybody like enjoy? Like, did you enjoy the book? What was your rating? A little like quip. I don't know what the word I was looking for, but like a little summary of like your thoughts. I don't know. Sandra, did you want to start?
Well, I wanted to like it, and I can see how the author wrote the book for it to be like. It's a very typical, like, really like touching story, and you're supposed to be like, but I was just like the whole time like, but do we care though? Like, do we care? So like, I ended up like not enjoying it as much. I was kind of like tired of the book in the first 100 pages, so I gave it like 3 stars, maybe less after this live.
It's funny. So, Eric, what did you think?
I'm probably gonna. It's kind of like a similar feeling, but like I appreciate the way it was written, and I know like it's a very character-driven book, and I'm more of like a plot-driven reader. Like I need like a fast-paced plot to keep me engaged. So in that sense, yeah, it was kind of like slow for me, but I also appreciate the fact that it was longer because it built those important moments, and like you kind of needed that longness to make the important moments feel more important. I'm debating on what to give it, because I wanted to give it 4 stars, but like rate down to a 3.5. Like I feel like it's a 3.5 for me. It's like in the middle between those two. But yeah, this was also, I feel like I got caught up on the hype train of TJ Klune, because I've never read a book by TJ Klune before.
Same.
So yeah, so this is my first time reading him, and like everybody says he's amazing, and like I do agree he does have really nice, like a nice writing style, but it is a very character driven writing style, and so that's kind of where it's like I need like a fast paced plot with lots of like action and adventure. So yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
sure. Probably like a 3.5 is where I'm at.
Nice.
What about you, Cecilia?
So it's like, I feel like it's a thing that every time we read a book, I'm like, I actually hated it. No, I'm kidding, but I didn't hate it. But for me, I really don't like character-based fantasy books, because I don't know, like for me, it just doesn't feel right. You know, I really want the world building and the plot, and the characters I really don't care about as much. And this was very much not that, which I feel like I knew while going into it, and I kind of expected it. And this book to me read a lot like a book I read a couple years ago, which was also about death. But I feel like in my head, I kept comparing it to that other book. It was called It's Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin, and it had something similar to it. But I felt like that book handled death and talked about it in a lot better way than this book did. So I kept comparing it in a lot of ways to that one. And I was able, I'm not going to like spoil it, but I saw the ending coming at like page 50, page like 60. And I saw it coming, and I was like, I swear if they do it, I'm going to be so mad. And they did it, and I was really mad about it. But I feel like the book was kind of, I guess, contradictory in terms of its themes. It would like, we'll talk about it later, of course. But I think I'm going to give it a 2. I don't know. They're like, the only thing I really enjoyed was like his writing, and I like the side characters, and also felt heartless because I didn't cry. I feel like everyone cried, and I was like, am I heartless? Like,
I didn't cry either, but like I don't really get emotional with books. Like it's very rare that'll happen. So yeah.
Okay, but yeah, gave it a 2.
Sorry, I just filmed you for Volmas.
No, you're good. Let's see. Yeah, 2 spoilers and rewriting the book. Hello. It was fun and enjoyable, and I cried a lot, but it didn't wow me. 3 out of 5 stars. That's fair. Super split on this, LOL. I really didn't care for the audiobook. Oh, interesting, because I listened to the audiobook, and I don't know. I think the audiobook narrator did pretty well, at least in my opinion. Like it wasn't, it wasn't cringy or like weird or anything, but I could see how you wouldn't like it.
Was it just one person narrating it?
Yes, it was just one person narrating.
I love when they do like a full cast. I don't know. To me, it just like feels so much more immersive when it's like a full cast reading a book.
Yeah.
But...
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like
only has one point of view, so it makes sense. Kind of, it's only one narrator, I think.
Yeah, for at least for this book. But yeah, it was good. It was a good audiobook.
Yeah, I think this book kind of like has turned me off TJ Klune. Because is this the kind of story he writes? I don't know if they're for me. Kind of, because I feel like the other book he's really known for, what's it called, House and Circle and Sea, is that what it's called? I feel like it's also really like this. I heard that it's very like one of the characters is like super grumpy or something, and I didn't realize that they were just sad all along or something. And I feel like if that's the kind of story he writes every time, I'm like, I don't really care enough, kind of. But yeah,
I think he does have I think he has like a sci-fi book that's like people with superpowers, or like teenagers with superpowers or something. I think I'd be interested in that one. That one sounds like something I would want to read. But
maybe. Yeah, I feel like TJ Klune goes in the same category as Becky Chambers for me. Is just like very character-driven authors of like sci-fi and fantasy, which I don't, like that combo. So it's kind of like, I appreciate you, but you just don't write the books I like, kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But Wallace, is that a main character's name?
Yes, that is the main character's name.
I didn't like him. So it made the book like we were following him, and I just didn't care about him. I'm like, you were kind of an ass. And it was like they were trying to like explain why he was an ass, but I still was just like, just don't be an ass. I don't know how to say it. And then like he changed, and he was like, "Oh, but you were good on the other side." But I was like, "But he literally ruined people's lives, and we're just gonna be like, oh, okay, well, whatever."
Yeah, I'd be like, he's fine, I guess now. Like,
I don't know how to explain.
Did you guys like when I don't think this is very spoilery, but when I started the book, I felt like the first 30 to 50 pages were like cookie cutter A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Very much.
I don't know, like, I don't know. I felt like it was exactly the same thing. And I was just like, okay, where are we going with this story? Because it's pretty similar right now. And like, don't get me wrong, I like A Christmas Carol, but I don't know. I just felt like it was like the exact same thing. And I've already seen this before. So
yeah, it was to the point where I was like, is this a Christmas Carol retelling? And I was like, is this a secret Christmas book? And no one told me about it.
Yes.
Like, and it was like, it's kind of fitting right now because I was sitting right next to my Christmas tree reading it. And I was like, this is kind of weird, but But yeah, it was definitely weird. I don't know. Like, yeah, I didn't like Wallace, the main character, but I don't think he wasn't supposed to be likable. But I also didn't find him interesting. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be unlikable, at least be interesting.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like, I don't care. Stop whining. I'm a slap.
And then that's the dude. The dude who started to like him. What was his name? I literally
Hugo.
Yeah. I didn't really get why Hugo liked Wallace. Like, what made him like him? I just don't understand. Like they talked together, but then it was just like, and I was like, but why? I don't know.
Yeah, like I didn't understand like the romance. I didn't see the chemistry, at least for me. I was kind of like, where, like, I feel like they started as like Wallace really hating Hugo, and Hugo was like, it's fine. We're just trying to get through this, to like love. And I was like, how do we get here? Did I miss it?
Yeah, I agree. It did seem like it kind of like skipped ahead in their like relationship between the two of them. And there wasn't really any like specific defining moment that like made you feel like they all of a sudden had like an attraction for each other. It was very like slow built, but then at the same time, the interactions that they had were kind of like things that would happen with just like any two people. Like it didn't really seem like it was special to them or anything.
Yeah. So like it felt like they were becoming like best friends.
Hugo literally had the same interactions with like the other people arriving. Yeah. So what is the difference between the other people he's talking to and Wallace? Like, who knows? We can talk spoilers, right? I want to talk spoilers.
We're like 13 minutes in.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Let's jump into it. Who is your favorite side character?
Ooh.
The Asian girl that I can't remember the name of.
Oh, and
the Reaper,
May.
I thought she was more interesting than Wallace. I wanted to follow her story, like how with her mom, and then how she became a Reaper, and all that was more interesting than the whole book. Kinda. Yeah.
Definitely. I would say the side characters' backstories. I was like, oh, okay. But then we would just hear their backstory and then end, and we would go somewhere else. And I'm just like, can we go back? That was cool. That was interesting. I want more.
And like Hugo's backstory, like with his parents dying, and then he saw their ghosts, and then the Reaper came to take them. Like that whole scene would have been amazing to follow Hugo meeting all these different ghosts and helping them. But we just follow Wallace, and I don't see why.
Yeah, I was like, why are you the main character?
Yeah. I really liked Nelson and Apollo. I thought Nelson was adorable because he purposely stayed there to be like the rock for Hugo, to like keep him well, not even like just like watch over him and like be that grandfather figure. And I just thought that was so adorable. And then also Apollo's just a cute dog. Like I can't not like a cute dog.
Yeah, I love the part. Like, I won't lie, I thought like when Wallace first got there, and he was like, "All right, cool, yeah, I'll make sure you can come back alive." It made him like jump around and like yell and everything like that, and he was just fucking with him. I thought that was
Oh my
the
god, yeah. Nelson was cracking me up the whole time because he was just messing with everybody, and like all his little things that he was saying were just it was making me laugh a lot. But like
that
he
part was
one
good.
character I liked, yeah.
I
The
think we
whole-
realized from this conversation that the side characters save the book.
Yeah,
Like without the really good, strong side characters, that was a sentence. I don't think the book would have been even like 3 stars. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
it had
probably
those
would
good
have-
moments that made it a bit worth it.
Mhm.
But Wallace alone was like a dry piece of cracker, you know?
Yeah, dry freeze.
Try. That's a new one.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let me see. Let's see what some of the comments say. When I started reading it, it was like, wait, is this a middle grade? I didn't know it was a middle grade. You know, it kind of did give like a middle grade vibe. I won't lie.
Yeah. Well, the next book is a middle grade.
That's true. That's true. See, I did like May's and Wallace's dynamic. Yeah, it was kind of funny that like May would always like, I guess like be a little mean to him, but you know he deserved it.
Yeah.
There's so much more potential and or potentially interesting characters, and we're stuck with Wallace as our main. Pretty much. Okay, I thought I missed something. The haunting in the first night was really funny. She's definitely more interesting than Wallace. Yeah. Most
Oh
definitely.
yeah. What did you guys think of what's her name? Desmond
The
even,
like one who
Yeah,
tries to
the,
summon the
like,
ghosts.
the medium woman.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember her name. I know it starts with
Desmonia? Desmonia? I don't
yeah,
know.
something like that.
Something like
Yeah.
I thought she was
Oh, I
hilarious.
actually found
like,
it. Desdemona. That's the
Desdemona.
Desdemona.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought she was like an interesting addition to the book and like made it hysterical at one part when they were like messing with her and stuff. That was
I
funny.
thought that like if this was a movie and we could see that scene when she was being messed with, it would have been really great. But
I think-
overall, I was like, I don't really care about you.
Yeah, I feel like this could actually be like a really good movie or miniseries or something like that.
Yeah. But that's because of the story how it's written. It's like
Yeah.
a douchebag and then he turns good and he gets a second chance and it's very like ooh, tear jerky. It's like written to be like emotional punchy. And when they do it so obviously, like very like it's very obvious what story is supposed to be, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, it reminded me
Yeah.
of like a Hallmark movie.
Yes.
So yeah, I think it was very like predictable on what was gonna happen.
Mhm.
And there weren't really any surprises to me. I don't know. And then
Yeah.
another thing, this is definitely spoiler territory, but
Okay.
when they're talking about like the husks and people are
Oh, yeah.
husks, why did Hugo never question that maybe they're still savable, right? Because he's just like, oh, the manager says it's this way, so that's the way it is. I'm not going to question it at all. But then Hugo will like question other things, but he won't question this specific thing. And I'm like, that's a pretty big deal. Come on. So I found that kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because
It's just more like
it
there
was
were a lot-
convenient for the plot. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you question it and if he tried something, then it wouldn't have even been an issue.
I guess that's
almost didn't get like the husk thing
Absolutely.
because like they turn into husks if they left the place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they ran off.
Mhm.
But like I feel like it should have been so many more husks because I feel like anyone would have run off, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like one.
You're like only one person left. That's weird.
Yeah, kind of.
Like I
Or
feel
like
like
they said there was more, but we only saw one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have
Yeah.
been like a huge big thing, or like you would have just like seen them outside or something. Like if you just looked out the window. But maybe
Yeah.
because there's less traffic there than like at the
Yeah.
other lady in the city or something like that. That maybe that's why there's less in that area.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah.
It also like it just I don't know, like if I was Hugo and somebody like became a husk,
Mhm.
like I just feel like I would go try and help them instead of just leaving them to be like that husk off in wherever they are.
By the
Because,
gas.
the forest.
Well, yeah, because that's like a job unfinished technically. Like this is your job to help this person pass over, and then they just go off into the woods and become a husk, and then you're just like, well, I guess that job's over. Let's start another one. Like,
True. Like, and Hugo comes off as a very like kind and considerate person. So it's like the fact that you didn't even try.
yeah,
That feels
I don't
out
know.
of character.
I don't know if it's just like my developer brain, but I'm like, no, I gotta finish something. Like if I'm starting a coding problem, like I gotta solve it before I move on to the next thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would have tried to go help a little more than he did. But anyway, that's just a small thing that I was annoyed about.
I was also thinking like when Wallace like goes into, I don't even remember the name, Marcus or whatever, the one in the forest, and he sees like his whole life, and it was like, oh, he's still there. That was like a really like movie moment where you're like, oh my god, they had a life. Like another like touching moment where you're supposed to be like super shocked, kind of. Yeah,
that's true.
What do you think of the manager?
That's what I was about to ask too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like,
I found him creepy.
He was kind of creepy. He gave me the like, have you ever seen the Codename Kids Next Door? He gave me, at least when he was talking about the there's the or like the guy named Father, and he's like wears all black. He kind of looks like he's wearing like a black morph suit, and he's in a suit, but he's like really like overbearing. For some reason, the whole book, when they mentioned the manager, that's the first image that came to my head. I don't know why, but like that's the first thing that came to my head. But for some reason, the whole book, I was kind of confused on how like the I guess how everything worked. Like, why does it work like a business? As how like there's procedures and there's a manager and then under people. Like, how did this work before capitalism came in? Like, what like existed and like this whole system. You know what I mean? Because I'm doubting that this whole system existed in like 1392, you know? So I was thinking about it the whole time, like, is this a new development? How long, you know, I was thinking too much into it.
I did think it was cool, but I didn't understand why he changed his mind in the end and gave Wallace like his life back. Because he was literally like, you're dead. And then the next chapter was like, oh yeah, I like you guys. You can live. And I was like, dude.
Yeah.
I almost think this story would have been more impactful if Malice actually died.
Yeah.
I agree.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like him not dying just kind of got rid of a lot of the themes it was trying to make in the book. Like, I feel like it was a lot of times of like letting go and kind of like accepting, but then you just don't die. And you're like, I thought we were supposed to let go. I thought we were supposed to.
Yeah, it was like about grief. And like the whole theme was grief. And then it's like, but you get to live.
And you're like,
I was like, are you in this movie?
Yeah. And there was no like, I don't know, not consequences. That's not the right word, but there was, yeah, I guess I pretty much agree with you guys. Like the whole time they're talking about like grieving and passing on and all that stuff. And then it never actually happens. And it's just like, okay.
Well, it did happen with Nelson and Apollo. That was more sad.
That was sad.
That was really sad. Hugo was like, Apollo, you need to go too. And I was just like, oh, my heart.
I was like, why does he have to go?
Like, I understand why he needed to go, but yeah, it made me sad.
It made me sad too. That was like more sad than everything else that happened in the whole book.
I was like, only that part. I was like, maybe I do have a heart.
Yeah, like for 1 second.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. The manager was fun. Yeah, the message about acceptance. Got the rug pulled out, like way the fuck out underneath it. The manager is a twerp, always fun to strongly dislike a small child.
What's a twerp?
A twerp, like a dweeb, like a dork, like a nerd, you know.
Me in high school, yeah.
Yeah, me in middle school, like I was definitely a twerp.
Well, I do think like if this had been, for example, a show, since we talked about it earlier, I think people would really like it because it's like a typical thing people like.
Mhm.
But as a book form, it's more like, was it worth it though? Because I feel like, as I said, it was like all about his grief and stuff and like letting go, but that point is gone by the end of the book. So
I think like the whole beginning started off like A Christmas Carol, right?
Yeah.
mhm.
I think they should have just committed to that and like actually done it where it's like, okay, let's go over your past and do like scenes with him as a ghost and like a reaper
Mhm.
encountering things in his past, and then do things in his present, and then potentially things in his future, because I think that would have been more interesting than just being stuck at the coffee shop the whole time.
Yeah.
True.
Eric, you're doing the thing where we rewrite the book.
Oh shoot, I'm not supposed to do
Yeah,
that
that's
yet.
what we do
Sorry.
every time. We always get to a point where we're like,
We always do that every live. We rewrite the book.
Sorry, I'm new to this, guys.
No, you're good.
No,
Every
but
time
like
we're
it's good. It's like
yeah.
on brand.
It's good, yeah. It's something we do every time. We're like, if I had to rewrite it, this is what I would have done. Or this would have been
You
better.
see this every time. You're like, we want this, not this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I did actually like the tea shop because I like the idea of you going into a place and they know exactly what you want to make you feel better.
Yeah, I did really like the
Yeah.
aspect of like having like as soon as you arrive, he gives you like a flavored tea that's like catered to you. I
Yeah,
thought that was really cool.
that was cute.
That was cute.
So the next question is, what would your tea flavor be?
Ooh.
I don't know.
If you like tea.
Vagina? No, joking. That was a joke. That was a joke. I don't know.
I don't know if they make that flavor of tea.
Yeah, I was like, they
He
might.
can probably make it. Hugo can make it.
He would be able
Yeah,
to.
he has the skills.
If he could make
How would he-
memories, he
I
could
don't even want to know
probably.
how he's gonna get that flavor.
He's like, I need a sample.
May, come here.
Yeah, May, can I borrow you real quick? But I was like, ooh, maybe like a why did my brain go to a fruity tea? My brain was
On
like
brand too.
on brand. I mean, I was like, also those are my favorite teas. Probably like a hibiscus moment, something like that. It's like fruity and it's strong. I don't know.
What about you, Eric?
I don't know. We have a lot of tea at our house, but
Yeah,
I'm always drawn to the raspberry pomegranate ones or the peach mango. Probably peach mango.
peach mango is a good flavor.
I think
And
that
you
would be
guys
the one.
will go back into time and get to experience your childhood or something. I don't even know.
You take a sip and you're like, oh wow, trauma. No.
No, that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe.
Well,
That's
yeah.
true.
Well, it was more like a peaceful memory for him. When he
That's true.
had it,
He gets
so.
to see his
True, that's
mom
true.
and all that. Let's see. Imagine reading the book because you're in need of a story about grief and acceptance and moving on.
No, you get a second chance.
You're like, but actually, yeah, that actually would have been really
Definitely.
cool if it, like if a second chance was like he woke up like after the heart attack or something, and then he like saw Hugo or something. Like he walked through.
Oh,
Maybe let's go to the
Yeah.
tea
so
shop.
like
and
he's
he
in a
saw
coma.
Hugo.
Yeah.
Like if he was in a coma.
Well,
That would be
that
cool.
would also be a predictable and cute story, but it would work better, I think.
Yeah.
Like being in a coma and then like the whole Christmas ghost thing that Eric talked about. And then he wakes up and he's like, oh, and then he goes to the tea shop and it ends with him like walking in and then he's like Hugo looking up or something like, and then sees him and then like the scene ends. That would be the great ending, I think.
That would be
That would be really good. I would probably cry.
We should write this book again. Like we do this
Yeah.
every time.
I was like, wow, we made such a good book. We would be great authors.
But if we did that, I don't think we would get to know the side characters as much though, because we wouldn't be with them. We will be in like Wallace's life, Wallace's boring life.
Unless you made the side characters like the ghosts.
Yeah, and May would be like, if May's the Reaper, she would be like taking him to these different occurrences of his life. So you get to have her like pretty fluent throughout.
True. Or you could still have those moments in between where like in between when he's seeing his memories from the past and the present, he's at the coffee or the tea shop for like a night. And then it's like instead of like 3 ghosts in one night, maybe it's like 3 like a ghost every night. And so there's that in between time. And so then that's when he's at the shop.
We should write this book now. We can get famous.
We should be like, we just rewrite books that we've already read. It'd be great.
Instead of like a lawyer asshole, we could be like a coder asshole since Eric is a coder. Like, because you have experience.
We have the representation.
And I can be May since I am the Asian.
That's true.
And
I don't know
then
what I add to the
you
story.
can be Hugo or the grumpy grandpa.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
both. I'll do
Yeah.
it. Eric has proven himself.
Oh,
True.
because of the rewriting thing.
Because of the
Yeah.
rewriting. See, I hope mine would be Bond lead green tea. Sounds good. I'm probably getting extremely oversteeped English black tea.
That's fair.
You know, I understand. But
I don't drink tea. Can it taste like chocolate?
yeah, you can have a chocolate tea. I just recently got a chocolate raspberry tea, and I haven't tried it yet.
Ooh, I have a chocolate mint tea at my house, and it's pretty good.
Ooh. I have like a tea.
Clearly don't drink tea enough. But the tea in Norway kind of sucks. At least
Oh.
like the one I have.
Oh, you're in
Yeah.
Norway?
Yeah.
Right, you've told me this before. That's really cool.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Well, I think you told me on Discord. That's why.
Yeah. Well, you're in
Cool.
Canada? No, you're not. Why do I think you're in Canada? Wait, are
I
you?
am in Canada. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, I thought we talked about that.
yeah, I'm in Canada.
Well, Canada
Yeah.
is huge. That doesn't tell me anything, but yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm in Northern Ontario, Canada. Well, not Northern
It's on
Ontario right
the
now.
west coast, east coast.
It's like in the middle.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, I'm
Cecilia!
picturing Vancouver. I'm like, I'm a stupid American.
So, okay, well, no. To be fair, like I know nothing about the states really either. So,
I'm always like,
Like,
I don't know about the
BC.
world.
Vancouver, British Columbia is the west end of Canada.
That's what I
And
thought.
then the east coast is like all the maritime provinces.
Mm.
And then Ontario is like closer. Well, there's Quebec between the maritime provinces, and then there's Ontario.
Mm.
And then it goes into like Saskatchewan, Manitoba, which are like the prairies, over to BC. So we're pretty much in the middle.
Oh, okay.
So how is
We're-
healthcare? No.
Healthcare
We need to rub it in.
Rub it in
Cecilia
me.
that she has
it's
horrible
free,
healthcare every time.
So that's nice. But yeah.
Ugh, I'm jealous. I pay about $1,000 a year for healthcare, and that gives me
Wait.
basic.
Well, look at
Yeah.
Tina's comments. It's really good.
Which one? This one. Nelson is
This
the ghost
one.
of Christmas past. May is the ghost of Christmas present, and Hugo is the ghost of Christmas future.
That fits so well because Nelson
It
is
does.
dead, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Nelson's dead, so the past would be great. Also, and then if we
Yeah.
saw Apollo like running through the memories, I would. That'd be so cute.
He just like
Then-
shows up in every memory
Yeah.
randomly, and you're like, oh.
He's just chilling in the corner in his little bed, dog bed.
I think it also would make us connect with the characters much more. So like the past will be him like having his mom and all this nice stuff, and how it like turns around for the worse when like their parents died.
Mhm.
And then like the present would be May showing him that he's an asshole. And then the future will be, Hugo showing him like, you can bang me and be great.
Hugo is just kind of sitting there like, okay, like, because I feel like usually in like a Christmas Carol story, the future is kind of like brooding and dark and it's like creepy. But I feel like Hugo would bring like a little ray of sunshine. It's like the future doesn't have to be dim. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, here's tea.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about Hugo's like awareness of his, like, I believe he was bisexual, but like I'm not 100% because it didn't really explain fully. But like, how did you feel about that? Because to me, I think that part was well done to an extent, because he was in a relationship with his wife for so long, but like not knowing any of this stuff. Well, I guess he did know it like his whole life, but like it kind of shows that like he had an internal struggle with it throughout his entire life, trying to like figure out what he wanted. And to an extent, it could show that like because he was struggling with it so much, he just focused solely on work instead of something that was bringing him like an internal struggle, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like you would see like a little mentions of it where it's like, where I think he would say like, oh, he's not my type or something like that. And I was like, oh, by King. No.
I think it was like how a lot of bi people might feel like you don't really know. But I feel like it could also have been explored a bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely
Because it was
agree
like
on that part.
mentioned, but I feel like we could have gone into those inner struggles more, kind of.
And I
Yeah.
think, like, building on that, if we did the rewrite thing where we had these different like ghosts of past, present, and future, then we
Mhm.
would get more of an explanation as to why he was the asshole that he was, and
Yes.
True.
also like what he struggled with growing up as like a teenager, or like just to get to the point where he is now. We
Mhm.
would have all that backstory, I guess. And I feel like we'd be more connected to him as a character if we had that, because we're just given like this asshole. And we
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
we
yeah,
don't get
yeah.
any reason why he is an asshole.
We
So
we
it's like,
kind of
okay.
got more backstory on that, like ghoul thing, Marcus, whatever, like how he killed himself because his boyfriend got sick.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh wait,
we,
Cameron?
Cameron.
yeah, Cameron. Yeah, that's the
Marcus
name.
was his
Sorry.
Yeah.
Marcus was his
Like, we
boyfriend.
kind of felt more bad for him
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
our main character, and that was I kind of like that backstory was really tragic and sad, and I
Mhm.
felt more for that than our main character story. So that was a bit
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. It's like the only time I feel like we really got glimpses of, like, I guess how long Wallace has been an asshole is like in the very beginning when his wife was ranting, or his ex-wife was ranting about him. And he was like, even on the honeymoon, he just spent the whole time on conference calls. She was going off. And
Jimmy H, that was great. I love that. I would love if it, like, someone's an asshole and they died, you're supposed to speak nice about them. No, fuck that. If they were an asshole, they were an asshole. They didn't deserve it.
she was like, he was alive. That's all I could say. But yeah, I feel like that was the only time we really glimpsed of, like, okay, so it looks like he has been this way at least since they were married, and it seemed like they got married probably in his 20s or something like that. So, and he was an asshole their entire marriage, so it's kind of like, okay, so it hasn't been like a new phenomenon. It's kind of been there for quite a while.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is good.
Oh, what do you guys think when Hugo called his wife in the end? I thought that was really I thought that was a bit nice.
Yeah, I liked that. I thought it was a nice addition. I also thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was
Like
two things at once. I agree. It was
like,
weird, but also nice.
it was
Really?
nice to give her like some closure,
Mhm.
but like also it's not really giving her closure because she's like, who the hell is this guy just calling me? Like, my husband died like months ago. Who are you?
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
I don't know.
I think it's for like a crying movie scene again, where it's like you're gonna
Mhm.
show like him making amends from death and
Yeah,
saying
I
like
think
giving the job back to that person he fired in the beginning, like
Mhm.
yeah.
making amends, but like kind of badly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Let's see. May dragging him around scenes of his life, like, dude, why do you suck? And this is why you suck, reason number 5. I don't know if anyone here has seen Pushing Daisies, but this felt like the other big media influence of this book, besides Christmas Carol.
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it.
I haven't seen that. Or
I
Booker's work.
think I saw
I don't, it sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it.
I think my ex watched that show a lot, and so I've seen like bits and pieces of it, but like I haven't actually like watched it like full on through.
It makes sense.
Yeah. But it's nothing wrong with having a story that's influenced by other things.
Yeah.
You do that, but if you do it well, it's still fun. Like we read fantasy that's probably really similar to each other.
True.
But like there was just something about this that tried to hit those points hard. They kind of missed, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I tried to hit those points, but badly.
Yeah. Like
And it's kind of like to the
Yeah.
point where it was like, I saw the beginning. You lost me there, though. You lost me.
I just wish we had like not just like here's an asshole. He's actually nice, but here's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's a little nice.
He needed more character depth like right off the bat, and we didn't get any of that. We just got like you said, here's an asshole. And then go.
Which
And
is
then,
weird
like-
for a character-driven book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, it's like, oh, you're kind of nice now. You remember when you used to be an asshole like this? And I was like, yeah, but okay.
So apparently 2 weeks in a tea room will turn an asshole into a good guy. All right, cool. Good to know.
Apparently. Because it was like, I feel like Hugo came at him at once. I was like, I see you and you can drink tea. And then at once he was just like kind of not an asshole anymore. And I feel like it happened really quickly because we never got to like, go into that depth. And then suddenly like lots of other conflicts were happening. And then he was like one of them. And I was like, when does this happen? Kind of. Yeah.
True. Not true. But yeah.
Yeah.
Was
What
like,
else to say?
I don't
Do we have
know.
more to say?
I'm trying to think if I had like any other thoughts on the book.
I was like, I don't think I have any more. Oh, one thing. I was sad that we didn't get to see what would have happened like if he went through the whispering door and like all of that.
Yeah.
I think that would have been interesting, and I was kind of curious, but I was like, oh, we don't get to see that. Okay.
It was sad when like Nelson went through and he said like that he saw the lights, everything. Wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
When he saved Cameron, he like gave a part of himself to Cameron. Remember? And then he like started to float or whatever.
Yeah, he unhooked himself.
Yeah, but they were gonna like keep doing that. So how are they gonna do that? Like, do they have the ability to like
to rehook themselves?
Yeah, how do they do that? Because
this brings it back to my point about Hugo not like knowing his job well enough.
Yeah.
Because Hugo, like they say later on at the end, Hugo can go up to people and like put the hook back in them. Like that's what he did for Cameron. Like he unhooked it and then put the hook back in. So like Hugo could do this the whole time, but he just didn't explore his
I didn't
job.
catch that.
Like,
I only caught like that May and Wallace was going to do it.
Yeah,
but
that's
I didn't get how.
They were saying,
so it's Hugo.
Yeah, they were saying Wallace did it for Cameron, but like they were saying at the end when they were going to explore, like find more husks and stuff, Hugo would go up to them and like put the hook back in them, and then they would become like grounded and remember who they are and stuff.
But why didn't you just do that all along?
That's what I said.
Exactly.
I was like, he doesn't know his job enough. Like he should do this.
Yeah, it would have saved like so much time, energy. Like
now, I missed this part, so now I'm confused. Like apparently I missed it completely.
Let's see. I have to say, like the imagery of your palm to enter the Reaper mode. It looks like it looks badass in my imagination. Yeah, it does.
Like when the Power Rangers are like morphin.
Yeah.
What I pictured.
Yeah. See, I was kind of wondering if the ending was going to have the manager go through the door instead of Wallace, and Wallace becoming the new manager since he was also a bureaucrat in life.
That would have been a bit sad, I think, because I think it would have been like a bit cold then, and then just leave the others. But I think that would have worked better than what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I feel like maybe what was I gonna say? Maybe Wallace would like revert back to his assholeness.
Yeah.
Because he's back in a bureaucrat.
Imagine like having this whole book where he's not an asshole and he ends up being an asshole.
Yeah, the ending is just like, this was my whole plan and now I am like the boss of everyone.
Well, that would actually have been hilarious.
That actually would be interesting.
Yeah, I would like that.
Let's see, but we didn't get that. Ooh, that's a good one. And where do people get their original hook when they die? Yeah, like, does it just manifest?
It's just there. But like,
I don't get it.
I honestly don't get it. So they leave the house, or like that. Not everyone comes to the Thea house, but they leave the place they're in. They run out. They become a husk because their hook loosens, and everyone has just been like, "Okay," for like years. What is this?
Yeah, I think it might be like when the Reaper finds the person. That's when their hook like appears, because then that would make more sense, because it's like each Reaper is assigned to different like freemen, or I think that's what they're called. So like if it was a Reaper with somebody else that's not Hugo, as soon as the Reaper arrives to the person, then their hook would be like attached to
I think they said something
with.
about like the first few days they're more loose, and then after being dead for a little while they get more like fastened. I think they said that.
I just remembered another part. How did you guys feel about Nancy? Do you remember Nancy and like her daughter?
The one who had the daughter. I felt bad for her, but I was like, I don't care about you.
I felt like
Yeah.
they like were messing with Nancy so much, and I was like, this poor woman
I was
is
like, what, she
grieving her
deserve it?
daughter. I don't know. I felt bad for that woman.
I felt like they tried to give her a bit like solace and like, you know, like moving on in the end, and that was good. But why did this happen to Wallace?
Literally, I was like, I don't.
Like all these points of moving on everywhere. Even Nelson and Apollo. And Wallace was like, but I want to bang.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I don't know if it was just like, I don't know. I wanted more out of their chemistry, and we never got much, really.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, like there was not really much chemistry between them.
Yeah.
Like I wanted more of that mushy stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like it was like kind of unfair too, because so many people have died, and so many people, probably better people than Wallace, has died. Wallace was an actual asshole. We have like the little child. Why couldn't she live? Like, why did Wallace have to be to live just because Hugo fell in love with him, dude?
They're like, okay, that's not my
Yeah.
issue. Don't fall in love
Yeah.
with your clients.
Yeah, that's unprofessional.
Yeah.
So I was just like, if someone was gonna live, I feel like someone else should have lived, kind of.
Yeah. True.
Like
also kind of
Apollo.
sad. Yeah. Like Apollo. I was also kind of sad that like there wasn't an actual river, that it was just a door. I was like, that's kind of lame.
River.
You know, because you usually, you know, because it mentioned it where it's like, oh, he's a ferryman, and usually like in the death story,
It
they
would
have
be
like
like
they
him taking
help
him
him down the
over.
river.
Yeah.
And I was very sad that there was no actual river. It was just like, you just go through that door over there.
Yeah, and they said multiple times like the river only flows one way, kind of thing.
I'm like, you could just open the door. Like, it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
And then if it was a river, once in a book, Wallace falls into it, and Hugo has to save him, and it's super dramatic.
That would have been actually interesting. See, conclusion: the ferrymen and reapers clearly need to unionize because the manager does not provide good working conditions. Revolution.
Yeah. I
Pretty
do feel like
much.
the book tried though. It tried to have all these different things and make like a really like touching, blah blah blah, second chance story, blah blah blah. But since I'm cold hearted, I'm just like, eh.
Says I'm heartless. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much.
There were definitely parts where it was a little more emotional, but like I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we didn't have enough to be like super connected to anybody, so it wasn't like as hard hitting as it could have been.
Yeah,
you're right.
I think it was still decent. Like that's why I'm torn between like a middle rating, because I just don't know what to give it.
Yeah, that's fair. Does the manager even pay them?
They live from the tea shop, I think.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they get money from the tea shop. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we like done? Do we want to talk about our upcoming months?
Oh yeah, the upcoming books. Let's do it.
So our December read, which is we're in December now, but I don't know how you guys read the book.
Not yet.
No, neither have I. But it's A Lots Away by Darcy Little Badger. This is a middle grade fantasy, and it has Ace rep, I think.
I had it pulled up.
I'm gonna see.
Yeah, it has Ace and Arrow rep.
Yay! And it seems really cute. So we will announce the live show
Soon.
sometime. And then for January we have. What's this? Can you see? Does this work?
Yes.
The darkness
dark
outside
side.
The
us.
Darkness Outside Us
What's the author?
Yay.
by
I
I
can
don't have it picked up at the moment.
Elliot Schwerer.
Not sure.
Wait, Elliot Schwerfer. I can't read something. This is. Does anyone have it? A sci-fi and has.
I'd like have it on my shelf at
Like
home.
it's a sci-fi male romance. That's all I know. And it's
And it's in
Yay.
space.
It's in space. Yeah, it's a space book.
Yay!
Ooh.
It's sci-fi.
Yay, space. Yes.
We said we were bringing more sci-fi this year. We are.
We did say because we didn't pick enough sci-fi, I think, for
I feel like we only
this
picked
year.
like 4 or something.
Yeah, don't judge us.
We were very
Then
sci-fi light
in
this year.
February we are reading Sorrowland by River Solomon. finally, I think me and Cecilia, before you joined, teased that we were going to read this in like June, but we knew we were not going to read it until a while. So sorry about that, but we were picking it the whole time. This has loads of different rap, like
it has
like it's trans and non-binary and it's sapphic, so it has many different good things. Very excited.
Facts. Very
Yay.
excited.
Okay.
And then for March, I have the picture of this too.
The First Sister. I don't know why I said that. By Lyndon L. Lewis. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Lyndon L. Lewis. It has, I have it pulled up. It's sci-fi. It has bi, non-binary, pan-romantic, and asexual rep.
You can't get more gay than that, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Like literally, you have everything. And it's sci-fi. Look. Yeah. Yeah.
Excited.
So yeah. So those are our next 3 months. We'll post the a actual graphic on Twitter probably. The
graphic was a bit ambitious. Probably more like the colors.
I'll make the graphic. I'll make the graphic.
Okay.
So we'll have it posted by next week, so then everyone can have make sure and can start getting the books ready.
Or we can just
what I'll do, because I never do that.
we probably just tweet it right now so people have it, but then we can make a graphic later.
Yeah. But those are our picks.
Yeah, I hope you're excited. And then, does anyone have a queer read they've read recently do you want to recommend? It doesn't need to be sci-fi or fantasy, Eric, just so you know. It can be any queer read.
Any genre.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I just did, in the month of November, I just read all books that my partner Marcus chose for me. But I'm trying to remember if any of those were. I'm reading one right now. Here. You're going to go on a journey with me because I have to go to the other room.
Ooh,
yay! Okay.
We're going on a journey.
Just a contemporary. It's not like fantasy or anything.
That's fine. We forgive you.
Okay, my pick is nonfiction, so.
I'm reading right now. This is my first Harlequin novel.
Ooh.
The Lights on Knockbridge Lane by Roan Parrish, and it's a Christmas gay romance.
How is it?
I'm a little bit into it, and it's pretty good so far. It's very very cheesy, but I'm expecting that going into this book, so I'm excited.
Does it have smut?
It doesn't have any yet. Dang. But I'm hoping it does. Because that's what I'm coming to Harlequin for. They're known for romance, so hopefully it gets a little smutty. We'll see.
At least one scene.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't yet, but I'm hoping.
Yeah, makes sense.
But that's what I'm reading right now.
Cool. Sandra, do you have any?
No. Because I have read some queer books, but I don't feel like recommending them. But I did go to the bookstore today.
And
I got... I didn't get this, but I did get... Wait. There's many books there. I got many books. I did get...
I wish I was surprised.
This. And I heard it's very queer. So I'm excited. A Memory Called Empire.
Ooh, I've heard good things about that one.
I have that book. I've never read it, but I have it.
This is fantasy. The books I read I was queer. It's I don't feel like recommending them, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't bring the book with me because I kind of forgot this morning when I was driving to my mom's house. But it's a nonfiction. And let me read the whole title for you. It's not a long title, but I don't know why I said it like that. It's Gay Bar, Why We Went Out by Jeremy Atherton Lynn. It's a nonfiction about gay bars. And it's very good. It's not for the faint of heart because he does go into detail about his sexual experiences in gay bars. Page 20, I was like, oh, we're already here. I wasn't expecting that. But it talks a lot about I guess the history of gay bars. It talks about the current state of gay bars. He has some personal opinions on I guess heterosexual people invading gay bars and the whole discourse around gay bars and the lack of lesbian bars. It goes into detail, but it's pretty good so far. I'm halfway through. So
yeah.
You want a nonfiction book about gay bars? There you go. Take a shot every time I said gay bar.
I'd be drunk by now.
Yeah, I said it so much. I was like, why don't you say it like that?
How many shots can I take now? Probably like 2.
Let's see.
If
What
not.
are other people in the comments reading? I'm reading The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics by Olivia Waite. It's super. I started reading that, and then my loan like expired at the library, and it was very good from what I've read so far.
You need to read faster, Cecilia. Get your shit
I'm
together.
I'm a slow reader. You know this.
Me too.
It takes me so long. I've recommended AMCE so many times. I really need to read it. What is AMCE? Oh, A Memory
Of life. I'm pretty sure it's sci-fi though.
Memory
Sorry,
Called
did I
Empire?
say it was a fantasy?
Yeah, you did.
I don't know anything about the books I buy. I just buy them based on. And like, I see Twitter or people are like, "Oh, I like this." I'm like, "Okay, I don't buy it."
That's fair. That's fair. Let's see. I'm finally getting around to Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. It's so long, OMG.
Now
I've
that
heard of the
sounds
author.
smutty. That sounds smutty indeed.
It does. Fingersmith. All right. I don't
I'm
need
gonna
anything
search it
else.
up.
Not search it up.
Well, I am currently reading Iceland Barbarians, but it's not gay so far, at least.
No. I'm on the 4th book and it's still not gay.
How is that series? Because I've seen like people posting about it everywhere.
It's like trash, but good trash. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Again, I'm on the 4th book and I only started the series like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so you're making your way through it.
I mean, the audiobooks
He
are
gave
like,
the last one 5 stars.
shut up. It was so good. Because also it had really good plot. The plot really did it too.
Yeah, sure,
But-
for the plot.
Listen, you won't.
Okay.
I haven't picked it up in a few days because I
It
only
might-
want to read it when I'm in bed.
There's
Those are super spuddy, right?
Yeah, they're pretty. They get smuttier as they go on. Like the first book, I would say is like averagely smutty, and then they get smuttier as they go. Because like that's all the characters can think about is having sex.
It
And
literally, like,
surviving.
not to spoil, but it literally start off like the first book starts off with like that meeting, and she wakes up and he's like licking her
Yep.
vagina without
That's
them
their
even
first
saying hi.
interaction.
That's their first interaction.
Okay.
And it
Sounds
gets
like a
weird.
fun time.
And like each book follows like a different couple, and there's like I think there's 12 humans or something like that. So there's like at least 12 books in the series.
I think
my
it's
library
20.
has all of
There's
them.
20 books in the series.
Oh well, yeah. There's also in between books. There's
Whoa.
like baby books because they're all trying to get pregnant. It's yeah.
So sounds fun.
It's actually like because you know what you're getting into. Like it's kind of like you know it's shit, but you know it's fun shit.
I'm gonna
So
add
then it's
these to
more
my
like it's not
Christmas
trying
list.
to be anything else than it is. Kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be bad, and that's why I love it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Earth Planet Barbarians looks like a tingler. Yeah, pretty much.
Not
Keep
us like
checking.
trying to convert Eric to read his books.
Read it.
I'm already gonna put it on my Christmas list, so
Do
let's
it.
do it.
Well, the
It's-
Kindle is
it's
only like
YA cover.
$2.99.
Huh?
The Kindle is only like $2.99.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've just been
That is
reading
weird.
like the audiobooks are like my library has all the entire series as audiobooks and no one has holds for it. And they're only like 5 hours long. And so I listen to it at like 2 times speed. So I can finish a whole book in like 2 hours.
Wait, you listen to them on audiobooks because that's probably a different experience than
Oh,
I'm
reading it.
driving. I know it's funny because I'll be driving and I'll just hear an entire detailed sex scene while I'm driving.
What if your window was open?
I
And then
did
you're
do
like,
that. I
"Oh,
went
missed
to a
my
McDonald's
stop."
drive-through while the audiobook was playing and I was so embarrassed.
Oh god, that'd be funny.
Yeah, like
Anyways.
off the rails. Yeah. Okay. So now you know the picks for next year.
Yes.
And yeah.
We'll have the dates for the December
live
book
eventually.
soon. We'll post it on Twitter
And Discord.
and Discord. Yeah, I always forget. But yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And I think we're good.
Yeah.
This is a good live show.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
Awesome.
Thanks for
Unless
having
you
me on
afterwards
for
you're
my
like,
first
I'm never
time."
doing that again.
We're like, that was good. Never again. Awesome. Well, then we will see you again next time, everybody. Bye.